a girl with a voice, telling truth, telling choice. Pull up a seat. Lean close. This is where your real self grows.
Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining us on season 2 of Just a Girl with a Voice. So happy that you're here. So today we're going to dive into something quite familiar. There's something I've been thinking about lately. Something small but heavy, quiet but powerful. Why is it so hard to clap for ourselves? I mean, we celebrate birthdays, promotions, engagements, milestones for everyone else. We show up loudly for other people's wins, but we are quiet for ourselves. We cheer, we post, we praise, but when it comes to us, we whisper, we minimize, we say, it wasn't that big of a deal. And I wonder who taught us that. Somewhere along the way, many of us learned that clapping for ourselves was selfish. That pride was something to shrink. That confidence should be quiet, polite, and preferably invisible, especially for women. We were taught to be grateful but not proud, humble but not glowing, accomplished but not loud about it. So instead of clapping, we wait. We wait for someone else to notice, to affirm us, to validate what we already survived, built, healed, or became. And when that clap doesn't come, we feel unseen, even though we were the one standing there the whole time, right? Clapping for yourself isn't arrogance, it's acknowledgement. It's looking at your life and saying, I know what this took. Because no one else knows how many nights you cried quietly, how many times you almost quit, how many versions of you had to fall apart for this one to exist. No one else knows how brave you were to keep going when no one was cheering. So why shouldn't you be the first one to clap? You ever thought about that? Clapping for yourself can be soft. It doesn't have to be loud or performative. It can sound like, I'm proud of myself for trying. I handled that better than I used to. I didn't give up today. I chose myself even when it was uncomfortable. Sometimes the biggest wins don't look impressive from the outside. Sometimes surviving is the achievement. Sometimes rest is the milestone. Sometimes choosing peace is the promotion. And those moments deserve applause too, most definitely. Here's the thing. When you don't clap for yourself, you teach your heart that its efforts don't matter unless they're witnessed. And over time, that creates exhaustion, resentment, a quiet ache of, why does no one see me? But when you start celebrating yourself, even privately, you reclaim your power. You stop outsourcing your worth. Clap for yourself when you set a boundary. Clap for yourself when you rest without guilt. Clap for yourself when you choose growth over comfort. Clap for yourself when you walk away from what no longer honors you. These moments shape your life far more than loud, obvious ones. And yes, it might feel awkward at first. You might hear that old voice saying, "Who do you think you are?" But that voice isn't truth, it's conditioning. And you're allowed to outgrow it. Let this be your reminder today. You don't need permission to celebrate yourself. You don't need an audience. You don't need proof. Your effort is enough. Your growth is enough. You are enough. So, if no one has clapped for you lately, if no one has said, "I see how far you've come," let me say it now. I see you. And more importantly, I hope you're learning to see yourself. Go ahead, give yourself a quiet clap, a soft smile, a moment of appreciation. You deserve that much and so much more. So you may be asking, what are some ways that you can celebrate yourself without it being loud or public if you're uncomfortable with that, right? Celebrating yourself can be soft, it can be private, it can be deeply nourishing, especially if you're learning to unlearn the habit of shrinking. So here are some ways to celebrate yourself that feel natural and not forced, right? Acknowledge yourself out loud. There is power in hearing your own voice affirm you. So try saying things like, "I'm proud of how I handled that. That wasn't easy and I still showed up. I've grown." Even a whisper counts. Your nervous system listens. Okay? Number 2, mark small wins. Not every celebration needs to be a milestone. Celebrate when you rested without guilt. You chose peace over proving. You didn't react the way you used to. You honored your boundaries. Light a candle. Take a deep breath. Smile to yourself. That moment matters. Number 3, create personal rituals. Rituals turn ordinary moments into sacred ones. So, for example, a solo coffee date after a hard week, a gratitude journal titled "Things I Did Well," a playlist you play when you're proud of yourself, dressing beautifully just because you're alive today. Celebration can be quiet but still meaningful. Number 4, stop downplaying your achievements. When you say "it was nothing," your heart hears, "I don't matter." Practice receiving your own wins fully. Instead of minimizing, try, "I worked hard for that. Yes, I'm proud of myself." Confidence doesn't have to shout. It can stand calmly. Number 5, be your own witness. Write your own story down, right? So at the end of the day, ask, what did I survive today? What did I choose that honored me? What version of myself am I becoming? Witness yourself. That's a form of love. Okay? 6, celebrate growth, not perfection. You don't need to be healed, successful, or done to deserve celebration. Celebrate progress, awareness, effort, courage. Becoming is worth honoring. Remember that. Speak to yourself with tenderness. Number 7, celebrate yourself the way you would a dear friend. You wouldn't withhold praise from someone you love, so don't withhold it from yourself. Here's a soft reminder. Celebrating yourself isn't ego. It's self-respect. It's telling your inner world, "You matter to me." And the more you practice it, the less you'll wait for others to do it for you. Okay, so speaking of rituals, that was one of the suggestions in the list I gave you guys. There is like a 10 to 15 minute ritual that you can do weekly, monthly, or anytime your heart needs recognition. So, this is just a gentle self celebration ritual for honoring who you are and how far you've come. So, the first thing you want to do is prepare your space. Choose quiet, comfortable. Dim the lights if you can, light a candle, or simply just sit near a window. This moment is sacred because you are in it. Take 3 slow breaths. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Let your shoulders soften. You want to place a hand on your heart. Feel the warmth beneath your palm. This is where your truth lives. And say softly or in your mind, whatever your preference is, I'm here with myself. I'm willing to see me. Then you want to acknowledge what you've lived. Without judgment, reflect on the past day, week, or season and ask yourself, what did I move through that required strength? What emotions did I allow myself to feel? Where did I choose myself, even quietly? There's no need to rush. Let your body respond. Then you speak with your celebration. Celebrating yourself out loud, this is important. Say, I celebrate myself for showing up. I celebrate myself for continuing even when it was hard. I celebrate the woman I am becoming. If tears come, let them. If you smile, let it widen. This is your applause. Offer yourself a gift. Choose one small act of kindness for yourself, whether it's a warm drink, a few moments of silence, stretching your body, soft music, resting, and say, this is my gift to me. Then you want to seal the ritual. Take one final breath and say, I am worthy of recognition, love, and celebration, especially from myself. If you like, you can gently clap once or twice. You want to be soft, intentional, and honest. And you want to blow out the candle or close your eyes. Okay. So after the ritual, notice how you feel lighter, grounded, seen. And you can repeat this ritual whenever you feel overlooked, complete something meaningful, need reassurance, or even want to reconnect with yourself. Like I said, you don't need an audience to be celebrated. You don't need permission to be proud. Your life is already worthy of applause. So, last season, I usually had a segment of inspiration. And that's where I just highlighted maybe like a quote that was powerful. Today, though, I feel like I want to just highlight some more affirmations, um, just to seal in this moment because I just feel like it's flowing as it should, right? So here are some affirmations that you can continue to use on your journey to feeling seen, right? So here's some more directed toward like a feminine energy. Softness is not my invisibility. I am seen in my stillness. My quiet strength deserves celebration. I do not need to perform to be worthy or of being noticed. I glow differently when I honor myself. Here's some of soft strength. I no longer shrink to be loved. My presence is not too much, it is meaningful. I deserve recognition without having to earn my worth. I take up space gently, and it's still valid. I honor my story, even the chapters no one applauded. And here is some for healing and validation. I am allowed to feel proud of myself. I don't need permission to acknowledge my own light. What I survived deserves to be seen. I hold myself with care. I once searched for in others. I am learning to be my own safe witness. So there's a few affirmations that you can say to yourself daily to kind of break that cycle. So growing up, right, my dad was very critical of me when it came to like my schooling, when it came to just me existing, right? I would come home and I would have my report card and I'd be so excited to show him that I had some B's, and I would show it to him and he would ask me, well, why didn't you get A's? You know? And I kind of fell victim to, at a young age, to trying to be the best, right? Because of that mentality, because I felt like my little wins weren't celebrated, I kind of spiraled as I got older into celebrating everything, literally. To this day, it could be like somebody else's birthday, and if I know it, I'm like, I'm celebrating. I'm not near you, but I done took myself to Red Lobster and I'm having a drink on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm celebrating every little thing. And I think that the way that I was brought up, I think that really had an effect, not just on not feeling like I'm doing enough in life, but it just altered so much. It altered in the way that I even parent my children. Because sometimes I catch myself, because I'm not perfect, I catch myself saying those same things to my son. If he brings home, an 85, I'm like, well, why didn't you get a 90? And I have to realize sometimes you have to stop and you have to celebrate the wins, no matter how big or small, because they have a greater effect. They have a greater effect on you. And, I'm learning, but I just thought that was interesting how that can shape you, Once again, I thank you guys for tuning in to Just a Girl with a Voice. You guys have been great. You can follow us here on our YouTube at Just a Girl with a Voice 1. We also have our Instagram page up and our Facebook at Just a Girl with a Voice 1 as well. You guys can subscribe on Spotify so that you don't miss those episodes. We air every Thursday at 2 p.m. Be there sharp. And I love you guys. Thank you so much. You guys take care.
Late night thoughts, cup in my hand, little heart talk. I hope you understand. I'm just a girl with a voice, telling truth, telling choice. Pull up a seat. Lean close. This is where your real self grows.